We have some major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news Dana White says he's thinking about joining a big new boxing project in Saudi Arabia that could be worth $4 or $5 billion. It's like how he helped make UFC popular, but this time it's for boxing. This new league would unite all the major promoters, similar to how UFC and WWE brought together smaller organizations to become dominant forces in their respective sports. Recently, in an interview with Sports Business Journal, Dana White didn't give too many details, but said he might get involved in the project. Seems like the UFC may have accidentally leaked the lineup for UFC 305 during their update video for UFC 303. The video showed names like Israel Adesanya slated for the main event, Song Yadong in the co-main event, and other fighters such as JDM, Steve Erceg, and Drakkar Klose mentioned as well. After pulling out of UFC 303, the MMA community was very upset with Conor McGregor. Recently, McGregor released a statement where he explained he couldn't fight as planned because he got injured before the press conference. His doctors and team decided the injury needed more time to heal, so they postponed the fight. McGregor said he'll be back in the ring soon. After seeing this statement, MMA fans started criticizing McGregor heavily. They feel he's playing with fans' emotions and accusing him of lying repeatedly. Many MMA fans now think McGregor may never return to the UFC. One fan said, "Damn, Conor, you really let us down again." Another wrote, "How can you be a fan of this clown? Bro is never fighting again? Just announce your retirement already. I'm not a fan anymore. Man, your fans are starting to hate you. Ducking another fight. I used to be a huge fan, but you are a joke now, dude. Why not just retire gracefully rather than play this stupid game? Dude, please just retire at this point. Bro, just retire. The fire, hunger, and drive isn't there anymore. You made our money, now leave. I'm tired of seeing your multiple comebacks. I'm deleting the movie Roadhouse. Run, Conor, run! You're a complete piece of work, mate. Let your fans down. Chandler waited 2 years. You wanted this guy's time and effort. You deserve no fans. I hope your boat sinks. Everyone unfollow this clown." Jorge Masvidal goes off on Herb Dean. Masvidal recently said that Herb Dean is one of the worst referees who has ever existed. He makes many big mistakes. During an interview, Masvidal said that he is a good person, but as a referee, he is the worst.
Set and he pulled out?
He didn't even want to sign the contract, man. And he's talking about fake fighters and this and that. He's always been the fakest ever lived, man.
I hope I don't get reamed for this, but the eye poke and the shit that he pulled when you guys were fighting, do you think he purposely did that?
Oh, the eye poke, 100%. And it was a good eye poke because after the fight,
eye poke.
I was seeing double vision. It's just like, you know, Herb Dean and me have never gotten along, but and I think he's also like one of the worst referees that's ever existed. Like, he has too many mistakes at a high level. Great person, like outside of that. I think he's a great person outside of refereeing, but in refereeing, it's just been like me that he's always had these like weird calls. But that was a seriously good eye poke. Like, I should have had a little bit of time to recoup, not and let this guy hug his arms after he just eye poked and then went for a bear hug, you know. But whatever, it's a sport, shit happens, you know.
Daniel Cormier slams Michael Chandler for still waiting for the Conor fight after UFC 303 cancellation. There's no doubt that after waiting for 2 years for a fight with Conor, Michael Chandler is still left waiting. Daniel Cormier is trying to explain to Chandler that he should move on as there's no guarantee that the fight with Conor will happen in the future. He is making a big mistake by waiting for a fight with Conor. McGregor doesn't lack money and has changed significantly as a fighter. Here's what Daniel Cormier actually said.
Everyone was a bit hopeful that Conor McGregor would still fight, when in reality, it probably never was happening. Michael Chandler has now waited almost 2 years to fight Conor McGregor. That's a long time. And if Michael Chandler is going to continue to wait for Conor McGregor, I don't know how long that's going to be. Ben Askren yesterday on Funky and the Champ said he thinks that it's over for Conor. He doesn't believe that we'll ever see Conor fight again. I was trying to disagree with him, but now that it's a reality, it's very worrisome. I don't know what my thoughts are about his fighting future, especially knowing what his life looks like outside of fighting. This guy lives the biggest life in the world. He lives a life that's so extravagant, that's so fun, that is so filled with adventure and other things. I don't know people could blame him if he wants to walk away from this. You got to think and weigh your two options of life. One, be on yachts, boats, parties, having all the fun in the world. Now you're an actor. Or spend months and months at a time in a gym preparing to fight absolute killers. Ask yourself, as a human being, what would you choose? Most of you would choose option A, where you're not sweating as much. And if you're sweating, you're jumping into oceans right after to cool down. You're eating caviar and the most expensive food in the world. Or you're in a gym every single day fighting. Most people would not even look at option B. Michael Chandler does not live that life. Michael Chandler still needs to fight. Michael Chandler, it seems like he needs Conor McGregor, but I don't know that he does. Because when you talk to Mike, his goals have not changed. He still wants to be world champion. I don't know that even if he wins, if this fight moves him closer to being world champion. He's got some options. He's got some things to weigh going forward, because I don't know that he should wait anymore. I think it's time to move off of this. And I believe that the overwhelming sentiment is that he's done. I thought Conor McGregor was going to come back because, to me, Conor McGregor is a fighter. But I'm starting to think, I know skill for skill, the Conor McGregor of 2015 isn't the same guy. But I thought that the star was still the same. I just don't know that he wants to fight, especially right now.
Michael Venom Page reveals his next step after the Ian Garry fight. Recently, talking to Sandhu MMA, MVP reveals his next move after Garry fight. MVP said he wants to fight Kamaru Usman and then Leon Edwards in the UK if he defeats Ian Garry at UFC 303.
Best case scenario here, you show out, you defeat Ian Garry, give him the very first loss of his career, parlay that straight into a trip to Manchester, sit there cage side, let Leon and Bilal do their thing, and of course if Leon wins, you get what you told me that you wanted at the beginning of the year, is an all UK showdown, Leon versus MVP for that welterweight championship. Is that the dream scenario here?
100% that's the dream scenario. I believe there'll be one more fight in between. If I want to bring it back to the UK, there'll most likely be one more fight, and then obviously they usually do a show like, I don't know, March or something. So if I can get one more fight by the end of the year, that would be perfect. Perfect way to sign off the year. Exactly as you say, you know, finish Ian, maybe ask for like an Usman, you know, get a big fight next. He's #1 ranked. Again, like I said, there's no point wasting time. Let's jump up, let's go. Ask for like a Usman, you know, if he's, you know, happy to go, we go. Make that win, get that win, and then there's no debates after that. It's like, no, I deserve the belt. But again, you know, it's weird how things shift and move. So potentially the next fight could be Leon, but I will be there at Manchester just to watch.